Not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. On play action, now Keenum. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Good set.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down.
I know it's hard to see inside the face mask of the defender right now, but I'm willing to guess that there's a nice little grin on his face, because to make that type of a play downfield, you wonder if you're going to be able to make it. You know that if you don't make it, it's a big play that you're giving up. But when you do bat the ball away and you come back and you embrace your teammates, that's a lot of momentum you're bringing back to the huddle. Now you feel like they can't complete anything when they don't hit deep shots.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Breeze on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep for the Broncos is Isaiah McKenzie. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Out of the gun, Keenum. Got him in. He finds Sanders. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down throw. Keenum. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Henderson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st down, it's Keenum. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Denver right after this.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
22.
From the 50, it's Keenum. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Keenum. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. Flushed out right. Looking long for Thomas. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. He's going to rifle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Breeze now on first down. He's going to lead this for his running back. It's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Hey, 52, Dan, we're good. Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Keenum throwing on second. Forced out to his left. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
22. 22.
Working from the gun, Keenum. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ingram again, a first down carry. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a good gain. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Steps away. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Kamara. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a play fake. Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here we go. Check.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Get set.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Breeze. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second
half? Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a handoff looking right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, let's go. Hey, orange.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing is Keenum on third down. Sanders hands it over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Keenum now on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here we go. Get set, get set, get set.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Breeze now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Breeze hands to Ingram. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
set.
On second down, here's Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First target, first catch, and a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They run it again with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 43 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here.
Good set, good set, good set. Hey, boys, got 4 down.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Keenum to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Broncos on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Keenum now to throw. And down he goes. Keenum is Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Hey, on your arm! On your arm!
Now Keenum got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Get set, get set!
Breeze gets it up to Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Get set, get set!
Ingram again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. Breeze leaves this one to Kamara. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He'll return it from the 6. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. One last throw for Keenum. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt
bro. I feel like a 9/11.